Nice to have you with us.
Hello, bonjour, greetings, and hola. Mother's Day 2025. Today's Mother's Day to honor those who just has the most toughest job, and any jobs that anyone can have is loving, caring, and always being there for their loved ones, including their own children. And especially when it comes to a mama bear, tiger, lion, or any or ducks. You mess with one of those babies of those family, it's your ass. So if I were you, don't mess with any babies that belongs to any of those animals, especially when it comes to a mama bear. She will completely bump your damn ass to the ground. And for my own mom, even though we don't see each other that much, she has her life, I have mine. I still love her no matter what. She is my mom. Happy Mother's Day to you, Mom. And for my best friend's mom, if you have been seeing her posts on her YouTube channel, and her channel is down here, her mom is doing good and a dear close friend of mine. So thank goodness she's getting much better. And for my best friend, you definitely deserve a much needed break of doing the best you can for her. So again, happy Mother's Day to everyone, including those whose mom in loving memory. Besides that, well, starting next month will be summer, and of course, so this is May, and I've seen the promo of ABC, and if you're familiar with that channel, yeah, pretty much we all know, owned by Disney. Seeing the promos in the list of summer game shows returning, especially the return of Match Game. If you're familiar with Match Game, that is one of the oldest game shows since the 70s. And now, I heard, this is a new news. The show is coming back for a Match Game. Another revival. This time hosted by Martin Short. I'm familiar with him. I guess they pretty much think that it may be a different change. But again, Martin Short is now the new host of the revival Match Game. I don't know how that's going to work, but hey, Alec Baldwin hosted the show for 5 seasons, and we all know what the hell happened to him. If they're gonna bring back Match Game, how about bring some of those who are on the classic Match Game? I mean, Charles, Brett, Betty, and even Richard, the original host of Family Feud, they're all in heaven. Vicki Lawrence is the only who's on Match Game in 1990. She's still around. How about you have her on the show? We'll see how it goes. But again, Match Game Revival premieres July 23rd on ABC. Remember Supermarket Sweep? The revival that came out in 2020 or 2020, the year we all hermit crabs and wearing this for a fucking year and a half. Now I found out what really happened to that show that only lasted for 2 seasons on ABC. The revival of Supermarket Sweep, hosted by Leslie Jones. If you don't know what happened, here's what happened. game shows. One of them I like, and so is my best friend. Season 11 of Celebrity Family Feud, hosted by Steve Harvey. With new celebrities and their actual families. Season 11, which that's pretty much been longer, and Steve Harvey beats Richard Dawson by a few years, I don't know how many years. He's been the longest host of that whole show since he started it in 2010. Yeah, that's pretty much 15 years, because this new season coming up in September will be his 16th year hosting the show. But honestly, I don't watch the show no more because of the sexual innuendo questions and all that stuff I don't need to hear. If you're going to do the show, why don't you have the families of both hosts who was in heaven, Richard Dawson's family and Ray Cohn's family? Or, because you already had Louis Anderson, may he rest in peace, his own family on Celebrity Family Feud back in season 3. And that was a long time ago, and he said he used to host that show. I have the photo to prove it. But again, that's coming back in this summer as well. Finally, the Whammies are back for season 7. Press Your Luck Revival, hosted by Elizabeth Banks. That show, it originally came out in 1983 until 1986. The revival came back here, so season 7, yeah, it debuted back in, I think it was late or early 2018. I mean, the original show lasted for 3 seasons and had more shows. This one, season 7, debuting in July, will be the 7th season. It already did the 40th anniversary in 2023 and the big 50, because Elizabeth Banks turned 50 last year. Now she'll be turning 51. I think this has been good that they brought the show back. If Peter Tamarkin was still living, which we all know what happened to him. He'll be really did a good job. But Elizabeth Banks is hosting the show very much well. So that's all I know about the last game shows that debuted on ABC. Still owned by Fremantle, except for Elizabeth Banks' version of Press Your Luck. It's still owned by Mark Goodson Productions on the other game shows, and a different company, the Carruthers companies that own Press Your Luck. Now, I don't know what happened to $100,000 Pyramid, the season 8 of Michael Strahan. I haven't seen any episodes, but that show was back for the 8th season. And of course, Dick Clark, the original host himself, may he also rest in peace. All the game show legends are in heaven. Most recently was Winston Wink Martindale, who passed away. And if you don't know who he was the host of High Rollers, Cherry Pursuit, Det, D-E-B-T, and any other show that he done so far. And if also you notice, yes, I am wearing one of my favorite wild animals, a white tiger shirt, because that's one of my favorite wild animals, white tiger. And yes, still a fan of the original White Green Ranger himself, Jason David Frank, who played Tommy in the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Zeo, Dino Thunder, any incarnation of the Power Rangers saga that he was in, still the fan favorite. and he passed away. And almost 3 years come this September, which would have been his 53rd birthday. Go Power Rangers! Go Power Rangers! Mighty Morphin Power Rangers! Other than that, well, as you have seen and heard from here, Celebrity Family Feud, the revival of Pressure Luck, the return of Match Game, and the $100,000 pyramid is still here. It's still on the air. So we'll just see how the summer goes. But here's a little suggestion when it comes to doing game shows on ABC. Like the last ones they did with Lucky 13, lasted for 1 season, got canceled, and that building, whatever that show that, I don't know, there was another game show on ABC they hosted, I think, 2 years back. We had to stack up a lot of things and fall down, something, I don't know. That got canceled after 1 season. Even that Spanish bingo thing on CBS, that got canceled after 1 season. I don't know, I think my best friend will tell me about that. Some Spanish version of bingo that it was on CBS prime time. I'm sorry, but some game shows, I mean, it's good, but you can't beat a classic. Double Dare, when it came back on the air in 2018, it was good. Same format, same music, and everything else was just much higher in a dollar amount. But that only lasted for the dreaded 2 seasons. If it weren't for the WWE week and SpongeBob week, my best friend, I don't like SpongeBob. No offense to anybody who does like it. That show will still be on the air. But really, next time you're gonna do something like that, don't do SpongeBob or anything related. Just keep it to the kid show wise. That show been on the air since the damn 1999. Enough of the SpongeBob anyway. Otherwise, here you have it. Less information of game shows that's coming back this summer. I will post information about this. Hope everyone enjoys the rest of the month of May. Remember, 2 weeks from tomorrow, Memorial Day, and of course, best wishes to the class of 2025, the graduates of college and high school, since this is the last few weeks of college students. Hope you all enjoy the rest of the holiday. Ultrasonic Taylor. We'll see you here on The Feud.
Today marks the start of Mental Health Awareness Month. The national movement to raise awareness has been observed in May since 1949. More than 1 in every 5 Americans live with a mental illness, and 55% of those people receive no treatment. Here in Tennessee, 1 provider for every 590 people in Knox County. That is according to a 2023 report from the Knox County Health Department. 2 of the biggest barriers to resources include knowledgeable, available services and access to those same services. Doctors say it is critical for people to receive a diagnosis early, and then oftentimes that comes from your primary care physician.
Yes, the relationship that you have with your primary is where you get to talk about those things, but also those screening tools are actually invaluable in triggering us to ask the questions that you might not otherwise think to bring up.
That expert says primary care doctors can help connect you with specialists and coordinate mental health care. We do have a list of resources across East Tennessee. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health, you can find them in the As Seen on TV section of WBIR.com.
See you tomorrow.
We love you. We'll see you here on the Family Feud.
Show until next time. This is Peter Tomarkin on behalf of the Focati Rug saying thanks for pressing your luck. Bye-bye.
Anyway, we have just 10 seconds to say goodbye. We'll see you tomorrow. So long.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
We got 5 seconds.
Oh, no, we have 3.
2, 1.
Bye.